Voltron Network.
So, shall we begin?
You are now tuned into Talking at the Movies with your hosts, Eddie, Salim, and Mo.
Welcome to Talking at the Movies. I am Eddie Reese Antonio. Another week.
It's your boy Salim, who's not very well.
Wake up, bastard.
And it's Mo.
Are you like? I think I'm gonna give this whatever I've got to you guys.
You already have. You're just spreading it everywhere.
I didn't mean to do that. It's just like I had this cold and like it went away and then it came back and it's really bad. Like, you had
this herbal
sneeze.
stuff you get. You think that it's helping you. It's actually weakening your immune system.
Man, I was sneezing. Like, did you hear me in the car? I sneezed like. When's the last time you heard me sneeze 6 times in a row?
You call that sneeze? It's more like a scream.
Scream. So I can't contribute all that much to the podcast today because I'm not well.
Yes, you can.
Is that going to be your excuse this week for not having watched anything?
Actually, I did watch something. I finished Titans.
Okay, give you some ratings on the whole show then.
So Titans, incredibly crazy, mad, dark, exactly how that universe should have been. But anyway, this is just proper wild. And can I ruin something?
You already ruined it last week.
Did I ruin it? But people already know about this. The final episode does have Batman, and you know we've never seen Batman as we've in this.
Really?
Yeah, Batman in this.
Wait, Ben Affleck's breaking people's faces and necks and backs and all of that. This doesn't. Can I
spoil, guys?
Don't give any story.
Please let me. Okay, basically, you know how the Joker and Batman's nemesis, the bad guys and all that, they sometimes they have one over Batman, and then Batman fights back. Well, in this final episode, you come to get to realize that no matter which one of the bad guys there is, Joker, Penguin, all of them Two-Face, they really didn't have anything on Batman. Batman is just friggin' ruthless, and it comes out because he's had enough. Yes, and Robin goes back to try to explain to Batman that, dude, you might want to calm down. Yes. Alright.
How come you haven't finished watching this, Eddie?
I've been watching other shit.
But surely, if you were interested in it and you thought it was good.
Yeah,
it's an anticipation I've got.
It's so good. You
guys
need to watch it.
No,
fun
it's not an anticipation. It's
sitting there. It's one episode.
No.
One episode
it's like you've got no desire to watch it.
No, I want to watch it.
It's like, did you finish watching Westworld? No,
that's
because
different.
You've got no
that
desire.
got shit.
No, it was good. It was alright. You should have stuck with it.
Oh shit, I don't know what else that. But this is sitting there. One episode, I will watch it.
So, are you now looking forward, Simon, to the next show that they're doing, from those creators, that sort of network? So I think the next thing they got is is it the Swamp Thing?
Yeah, be either Swamp Thing or Doom Patrol. I think Doom Patrol might come first.
Right.
Might do.
Okay.
What do you think of Doom Patrol?
Huh?
What did you think of Doom Patrol? They were the ones that lived in the house. Frankenstein, Machine Guy. The woman who was all blobbery. Yeah, they're getting their own show.
Yeah. So that was a nice little one-off sort of episode where you find out where Beast is from.
Yeah,
I think that was the last one I watched.
Oh right, you went all the way up to episode 4, 5.
Yeah, I think it was episode 4.
Wow. Okay, and you gave up.
Well, I might go back to it, but that's it. I've got no anticipation. So there's might as well just move on to the next thing.
Okay.
Might go back.
Yeah. So I'm kind of interested. I
really like Hawkins, man. I want him to get a show. Yeah, I just love the actress.
Yeah, oh, she's gorgeous, isn't she?
Kelly. Remember her from South
Yeah. You know what? I was looking at her, right? I was thinking to myself, where have I? And then it just, her accent, the way she talks. Such a sweet. You would want that to be she comes across as I was going to say the perfect partner, wife, but then I've just thought about the overall story and where it goes. No, definitely not. But she's awesome. And I also, So that's what I've been watching.
Okay. I have been watching a bunch of stuff. So myself, I think I may figure out what I'm going to do for. We're going to start a Patreon. I'm going to start doing reviewing Netflix stuff, watch alongs and that. We won't talk about that now. But I watched Night Flyers. Not all of it.
Oh!
About five episodes in.
Right, that just came yesterday, didn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is
right.
the George R.R. Martin.
Yeah, sci-fi show, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
adapted from a novella that he wrote. George R.R. Martin, Game of Thrones, creator and writer.
So is this a Netflix thing, or is this like some
Netflix.
other networks done and they're showing it?
This is Netflix.
Right.
Exclusive. And I'm enjoying it.
Is it good?
I like it. I wasn't sure at first, but I kept watching it. Five episodes in one go.
So without spoiling it, give us like what's the sort of synopsis?
Oof, it's a difficult one because there's so many different elements in this. I won't really get into the basics of the characters and their individual little stories, but basically, mankind is dying. Earth is dying. Pollution, all that shit. You know, your typical sort of story. So they need to find... Colonies aren't really taking. They're not, their life isn't really getting a hold in these little colonies. And then they have what they believe to be alien life, a signal far away. So this ship, the Night Flyers, decided to go and intercept and see if they can make contact. Right. And if these people, this alien civilization can help them.
Yeah.
But in the process of trying to get there, a ton of weird shit starts to happen on the ship. There's certain characters on the ship which could be causing some of these issues, and the ship itself is causing some issues. And I can't really get into too much because it starts to give little twists away. But I'm actually enjoying it. What was that sci-fi movie that came out years ago where it was like they go to like hell or something?
Sci-fi movie where they go to hell?
Yeah, they open up like a gateway to hell and it infests the ship. Oh, and it's gonna bug me if I can't
It's
think
like
of its
Event
name.
Horizon or something.
Yes, it's got an element of that. It's got an element of Event Horizon where this mad shit that starts to bleed through into their ship. But I enjoy it, and it just reminds me how much I just love watching sci-fi. There's something, an itch that sci-fi scratches that nothing else does.
It is so true. Sci-fi scratches that itch for me too.
When it's good.
You know when I'm low.
Take the
I've
Canadian
got
with
snot
tissue.
coming down my nose.
Blow and wipe it away.
Well, so this is like, there you go. Like you did it for me. You just cleaned my nose for me. So when I'm really low, I think switching on Trek does something special for me. It just kind of gets me away. Even yesterday, like I was a bit low, so I thought, you know what, I'm going to watch an episode of Voyager. So I hear what you're saying.
Back to Voyager again. And I also started watching Kingdom. I'm only 2 episodes in, right? So I can't give a full review on Kingdom. I'm only 2 episodes in, but so far it's way... The zombie stuff is, at the moment, still very subtle. It's still slowly building. So it's more just a period drama of like feudal... I don't know if that's the period, but ancient Korea and the kingdoms, and the usual, the son of a king, but he's a son of a concubine, so he doesn't really have the true claim to the throne. Yeah. So the queen who's pregnant, her kid is the true heir. So the prince knows that once that kid's born, he's going to be dead. So you got all that sort of drama going, but then there's this whole little story, this thread that's weaving in that there's this illness that no one's seen the emperor for presumably months or weeks. Mm-hmm. Which is causing a lot of problems because he's obviously got this issue, and then there's people that's falling sick out in the provinces, and that's just a little background story, but it's slowly growing, and that's the.
So it seems like a little bit more intelligent than your average like zombie.
Yeah, it's not just straight in there. So it's interesting, and from what's happened so far, they're not using it CGI as a crux to try and do this. They're doing it way more grounded, kind of like how Walking Dead doesn't really use CGI much,
right? Except
for occasional like hole in the bed or something. So which makes it feel more believable and real.
So is it good? Is it like
so
it's
far,
going to keep you going back to watch more?
So far, I'm liking it. Night Flies has got me a bit distracted,
right? Because
it's scratching my sci-fi itch. But I'm definitely going to be going back to this definitely. So I enjoy it, man. And I also checked out. I need to get the name of this. Fire, the greatest party that never happened. It technically isn't true because it kind of did happen, but it went to shit when it did. A Netflix documentary about this whole farce. If you frequent social media last year, in the middle of last year, you would have heard about all of this shit. And it's fascinating, man. It's fascinating. I wasn't completely clued up on this whole fire thing, but I don't even want to give too much away. But it's
it was like in the news a lot last year, so...
Yeah. But the details of it, so mad. You got this entrepreneur, this young guy who just throws events, and basically it was it's this big con.
Wasn't he like selling tickets where even like the cheapest ticket was like $10,000 or something?
Yeah. It's him and Ja Rule starting this company together and throwing this elaborate party on an island, or that's what they told people at the beginning. And it just turned into this big clusterfuck. How they thought they could get away with it, I have no idea. It just shows you the lack of planning, short-sightedness, and just thinking you can believe yourself out of any problem, which is just mad. But it's engaging documentary, worth watching. I don't know about Hulu's one, which is also supposed to be really good, which actually has him in it, the guy who threw the whole thing. But Netflix is great. Check it out. Fire.
So that's,
and besides Supernatural, that's it.
You know, when you just mentioned Fire, I think we should actually, maybe if we get time, maybe watch that today.
Yeah, why not? There's a few other things that Netflix keep dropping so much shit so quick. It's almost a full-time job trying to keep up with what Netflix put out.
Okay.
Right, so did you finish with The Punisher?
I gave you everything I've been watching this week.
You didn't watch any Punisher?
I watched Supernatural.
So, so you keep going back and watching old stuff, Eddie.
Supernatural's too
you need to watch new stuff.
See, wait, hold on. You know, when we do that, when we watch old stuff,
yeah,
right?
We watch Star Trek.
Yeah, when we
The
know, it doesn't
classics.
matter. No, he watched Stargate, right?
Oh, that's even worse.
And
Star Trek I can forgive.
When we do that, you always have a go at us, and I'm sick and tired of it.
Did you not notice that I did watch new stuff as well? The difference is you watch old stuff and you don't watch anything.
I think it was Titans.
Usually.
Loosely.
You loosely.
Right, so I finished The Punisher. Absolutely loved that show. It did. I think there are some people saying like the last sort of like the 4 back-end episodes weren't great. The quality does dip a little bit, but as far as I'm concerned, it was superb, start to end. There was never a point where I thought I don't want to watch the next episode, and it ended in such a way where I have a feeling they knew they may not be coming back. So they gave it that kind of like they tied everything up, and Frank goes off like on another adventure, but just superb.
Yeah,
Loved it.
Great.
5 out of 5 for this season.
Wow.
It was that good.
Wow.
You're talking sci-fi, Eddie.
Go for it.
You're watching The Night Flyer. You're saying it's scratching the itch that sci-fi does, but Eddie, you are missing the greatest sci-fi show of recent times. That's not Star Trek or The Orville.
Not tell me Stargate.
Not of recent times.
What's recent?
The Expanse. I've just started Series 3.
Okay.
Oh my god. Even though like I'm in this position where I haven't seen the end of Season 2 for such a long time, you're kind of trying to worry, who is this? Where is that? Why is this happening, right? You know, like it's difficult to get back in.
Yeah.
Damn, man, but this show, like even though you have those problems, the story is so good, the acting is so good, it just grips you.
Every time I try to get into it, I go to the first episode, I watch it, I see the guy dressed up like a detective on his ship, and I'm like, what is this?
You do need to give it a few episodes. It is one of those, but once you get into it, I promise you, it is the most intelligent sci-fi show out there.
Okay.
It is good. It's very, very good. And another new show, Russian Dolls.
Oh.
Or Russian Doll, rather, not Dolls.
Was it Dolls or Dolls?
I think it is Russian
She's not
Doll.
the only one, is she?
Right. So you do know that, right?
I've seen the trailer, innit?
So you watch the trailer and you have like a certain sort of view of what this show is about, or what the show is like, right? So I watched the first 2 episodes last night, and I was like, they've oversold the comedy element in the trailers, and the show's not really like that. There are some laughs, there are some moments, but it's almost like it's a character piece of this woman slowly going crazy because all these things are happening to her, right? This morning I decided, you know what, I'm going to watch like one more episode. So the premise of this show is basically this woman's at a party, she dies, she comes back to life, she dies, she comes back to life, and she keeps coming back at the same moment in a bathroom, in a party.
It's like Groundhog Day.
It's like Groundhog Day.
Yeah.
So whenever she comes back to life, there's this song playing in the background of the party, which I've now heard so many times. I actually like, even if I didn't like it, I think I'm like into the track now.
Do you hear it in your dreams?
I hear it in my dreams. So this morning, I thought, you know what, I'm going to watch one more episode to see if I can get into it. I get to the very end of episode 3, and bang, it has its hook. I'm into it now, right? So I was like, fuck this, I'm not cooking for these guys, I'm going to go watch the next episode right now. And so at the end of episode 3, something happens that basically expands the story a little bit, and you're kind of like, right, now this is interesting. Now they've got my attention, and it's only 8 episodes long, and they're only 24-minute long episodes.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well, that's good.
So it's one of those shows that you can literally just watch in short
See,
bursts.
I was wondering about this. I was thinking, surely there's got to be something, because you can't just keep on waking up and different scenarios playing out. There's got to be something that, that hook, that motivates.
Well, there is. So she's first trying to work out why is this happening, and then she suddenly starts changing things. And you kind of see how one small deviation from her normal routine can change her day so drastically. And then she does that to somebody else, who we then follow in episode 4 for a whole day and find how his routine changes just from a small interaction with her.
Yeah, the butterfly effect.
Yeah.
What was that?
Good.
What was that other show that had a similar premise? Was it Night the Day Break or something?
Oh, Daybreak.
It was Daybreak.
Yes,
yeah. I'm trying to remember how it ended. Do you remember how it ended?
I think he had to complete the perfect day, didn't he? I think there was there was a crime. And I think he kept getting killed, so he basically had to apprehend the criminal, but without dying, I guess.
I wish that show kept going.
And it had a Moon Bloodgood in it.
Yes, that's where I fell in love with her. Loved it. Yeah. So I guess that's it from what we've been watching all day.
Yeah.
Okay, guys, we're going to switch over to our guest in a minute. Koricon, YouTube reactor, someone who me and Salem have had interactions with online, more so Salem. We shall pick up later. So guys, welcome back to Talking at the Movies, and we're joined by Matt of... Matt, do you want to explain the name of your channel? The Koricon? What's the meaning of it?
Yeah, Koricon. Koricon was a name that I made up in the late 80s for a Dungeons & Dragons character that I had when I was 10. And it was just a made-up name for my character. And then when the internet went public in the early 90s, I started using it as my internet handle, just because back then a lot of the people on the internet were hackers, and most of us didn't want each other to know who we were. And then
the dark days.
After that didn't matter anymore. I just started using that name for everything. If I signed on to a website but I wanted to stay anonymous, or if I just was on a chat room, or if I was anywhere, I just started putting in Koricon as my online persona in a way. And then when I created my YouTube channel, because I was just kind of messing around at the time, Koricon was that name, and then Nala is my middle name spelled backwards. That's it. And then it kind of morphed into where Koricon is the base name for my production company, and then I just add a second name for whatever channel or whatever thing I'm doing. So Koricon Nala is Indian content, Koricon Nerd is American content, Koricon Tech, which is coming out at some point, is going to be all about technology, and so on and so on.
This is what I like. Work ethic. I need more people like this in my life. People who inspire. So these two losers I've got with me.
I inspire you.
No,
I like to think that I
you're
inspire
leeching.
you quite
You drain from my
I don't
soul.
drain anyone. I think I contribute quite a lot to your life.
People like Koricon who can feed my soul with creativity and passion.
Do you see that, Koricon? What you've already done? You're already, me and Mo, you already, Eddie's already thinking about ditching one of us for you.
The new and improved Talking at the Movies with Edorise and
That's okay, I'll
Koricon.
take-
Yeah.
That's okay, I'll take Edorise.
Yeah, I like that. So, yeah. So, for this explain to the people, Koricon, do you want us to refer to you as Matt or Koricon?
Just call me Matt, it's fine. Koricon is just my, online channel name, but people like to call me that too. It doesn't matter to me.
Well,
Call me Matt.
Matt is an online reactor, YouTube reactor, and we've had comings and goings with Matt back in the day when me and Salem were more heavily into that whole scene, but we, being the fly-by-night, non-dedicated, easily distracted sparrows that we are, didn't stick with it. But this guy, he stuck through it, and now he's really built a name for himself. So, Matt, welcome to the podcast. Great to have you on, man.
Thank you much. I appreciate it. It's awesome. After interviewing Salim on my channel the other day and talking about coming on a podcast. I was like, I didn't know Etta Reese was on your podcast. That's awesome.
Yeah, that was pretty wild how we were actually talking about, back in the days, you were thinking about collaborating with Eddie, and then finding out that Eddie actually is a very good friend of mine. And from that, we've actually got to a point where we are all collaborating now.
Yeah, so guys, if you've ever, listeners, if you've ever been curious to see what Salem looks like, if you weren't a Body Fools watcher back in the day, you can go over to Koricon on YouTube and you can get to see Salem 7 o'clock in the morning face.
Yeah, that was a pretty cool experience, by the
interview.
way, Matt. Yeah, it was. I really enjoyed myself, by the way, on your show.
Oh, actually, while you're on here, let's get your opinion on Glass, because me and Mo haven't seen this. Salem has.
So Matt, I reviewed Glass probably, I think it was about a week or two ago.
Yeah, last week.
What did you think of it?
I liked Glass. I did. The thing is, it wasn't what I was expecting, and I wish there was more of some character. It seemed like Split 2, really. We've been wanting an Unbreakable sequel for a really long time. And the two main characters in Unbreakable were only in the movie like in the last half, for the most part. It was very much of a Split 2. But the thing is, I really like Split, and he does, McAvoy does an amazing job with those split personalities.
Yeah, McAvoy is pretty badass in that. My biggest issue with Glass was that it started off on a high, and then for about an hour and a half, for a whole hour, it was just at this really low tempo, and it just felt like that it wasn't going to pick up. And then to the very end, then we got that action scene, which was okay, but it was just that middle part that was just really flat to me.
It's a drama. Yeah. It's a drama. I mean, the same thing happens with Unbreakable. You watch that, it's not an action movie. No. It's a drama.
Yeah,
You know, Split is mostly a drama as well, but there's more thriller aspects to it to keep it exciting throughout the film. But with this one, I was kind of expecting that. I wasn't expecting I wasn't expecting a Marvel movie. No, and I think a lot of people that didn't like Glass were expecting a Marvel movie.
And no, it's too inconsistent.
I think they were expecting some epic, like, huge battle sequence with, laser beams in the sky and holes from other universes or something. Yeah. And I'm like, no, dude, did you remember Unbreakable? It's a very slow drama. Very. And this is a sequel to it.
All right. What would you rate out of 5 if you were to give it a rating?
4.
Oh, that's generous.
Yeah, that is.
When me and my brother graded it, we do letter grades, and we gave it. We were on the fence between a B+ or an A-, which I guess would be around a 4.
Shall we get into the news?
Yeah.
Why not?
Let's get into the news.
Right, so, little piece of information came from Patrick Stewart this week, saying that the Picard show, which is still untitled, will be more like a 10-hour movie than a normal series, which actually kind of got me quite excited, but then I don't know, this is the same guy who insisted on dune buggies in the last Star Trek movie.
He was the one to blame for that.
Apparently so, as the fan community will have you say.
Matt, are you a Trekkie?
I'm a Trekkie. I'm not like a crazy Trekkie. I love my Star Trek, though.
There's only one kind of Trekkie, and that's a crazy Trekkie.
Come on. Are you looking forward to this? There's the thought of Captain Picard returning to your screens. Put that little butterflies in your stomach. Oh.
I don't understand who wouldn't be excited.
Yeah, I'm not excited, but
the only thing I'm not excited about is that it's probably going to be on the CBS All Access, just like Star Trek Discovery, and I refuse to pay for that. So I'm not going to watch it until it comes out on DVD or whatever. Like, I haven't even watched Star Trek Discovery yet because I'm not going to pay for CBS All Access.
So
I can't afford to pay for all these things.
So
I already have Prime and Netflix.
Yeah, you guys got it crazy over there with all of the different services. Thankfully, we get it on Netflix, so that's a bit of a few. But you don't even do the wink, back alley torrenting to find your TV shows?
No, because I'm more of the philosophy these days since I don't have a lot of time. Look, I got other shows to watch. Netflix has got stuff. If you're going to try and hide it behind a paywall that I don't want to pay, then I'm just not going to watch your show. And then if it comes out on DVD and I got some time, I might go check it out.
Would you do you wait till the series is over, you subscribe for 1 month, watch the whole thing, and then cancel?
I do that with Game of Thrones.
That must be tough. Because that's the thing that everybody will talk about, Game of Thrones.
Well, the thing is, so it's more of, is it worth it? The cost, right?
Yeah.
With CBS All Access, no, I don't think it's worth it because all of your shows are on network television. You can put this on network television. So there's no reason for you to have a paywall. You put commercials on it, I'll watch it. I don't care. But with HBO, they don't have network ability. Like, they are on cable, have always been under a paywall. And the cost that it would be to have HBO for 2 months to watch Game of Thrones, that's worth it to me. I don't mind paying the $15, $30 to watch 2 months of Game of Thrones.
Plus, HBO's got so much other stuff you can dip into, man.
Yeah, I get to watch John Oliver when it comes out, which is awesome.
Oh, yeah. Love that. Love that.
Next item on the agenda, Zack Snyder, returning to our screens via Netflix, is going to be doing a new zombie movie, The Army of the Dead. This has got nothing to do with his previous zombie movie, which I think was called Dawn of the Dead.
Dawn of the Dead, yeah.
So this is about a group of mercenaries that go into a quarantine zone, Las Vegas, to basically steal some lost treasure.
Yeah, for some reason this doesn't really interest me all that much.
Really?
Yeah, man. I love zombie movies, man. I really do. But I think over the last couple of years I've just been burnt out with zombie stuff. So there's nothing really just grabs me. Even recently there was that show on Netflix called Kingdom that I checked out. Again, it just didn't do anything for me.
See, that's just you, because I have seen everybody say that show's really good. Like, I have not seen a single post anywhere.
See, maybe that's because I'm actually watching the dubbed version.
There's that. Plus, you have, like, bizarro mirror universe opinions on things anyway.
Yeah, that's also very true.
Yeah.
Yeah, I actually thought this actually sounded kind of cool. This will be back to, like, Snyder doing what he does best with those sort of, like, really crazy visuals.
Could be. Matt, does this excite you? Does it get you interested in any way to see Zack come back with a zombie movie?
I think he's a great horror director. I think he does good with gore. But I've also been kind of tired by the zombie thing. And usually what happens is I like the zombie stuff until they start turning them into teen dramas.
Yeah.
We got all those stupid zombie teen drama BS Twilight clone crap, and then you have the
Eddie smiles though because he's got a soft spot for Twilight.
It's turning it in. Yeah, it's once they do that, it's like, oh well, I guess it's not neat anymore.
Zack don't really do that sort of stuff too much, though. He just cares about the action, which in itself can be a problem because he kind of
because that's all he cares about.
He neglects characters and all of that
real
shit.
stories.
Story, yeah.
But yeah, his first one was good though. Dawn of the Dead was it Dawn of the Day of the Dead? Whatever it was.
Something like that.
That was actually a lot of fun.
Dawn of the Dead, yeah.
Who knows?
I thought it was good.
Yeah, maybe he has something to prove as well after the clusterfuck of the whole DC shit.
So, apparently, Hasbro and Warner Brothers have a live-action Hot Wheels movie in development.
Fucking hate this!
Wait, you
So you mean Cars?
Yeah, Cars. Now,
Stupid!
I was saying to you before, I was like, Eddie, is this what I think it is? Is this like the old school Cars? How does that make any sense? And where are they going to go with this?
Fast and Furious. That's what it is. It's just called Hot. That's all it is. Hot Wheels just means flashy cars.
Mo, what are you going to
But it is a toy, right? So I'm assuming they're going to have to keep it at a minimal. Like, you can't have like scantily clad women. You aren't going to have over the top like action.
I doubt it.
It's not going to be like cars talking, is it? It's not going to be like the cars suddenly have personalities.
So, no, I don't think it'd be anything like that, but I think Eddie might be onto something.
No, it's gonna be Fast and the Furious.
Furious,
We
exactly.
got Justin Lin to direct it.
But it's going to be Fast and the
Justin
Furious
Lin is
kiddie
directing
fight,
it.
right?
Kiddified, yeah. A PG version. Like, what's the story?
Isn't Fast and Furious already kiddified?
Yes, but it's kind of sexy. They're committing crimes. This is Hasbro. They might not want people. They want to make it, yeah, like you said, appeal to the kids. So they have to find a way to get people to race cars without. Oh my god, it's going to be this kid who becomes a race car driver.
Just amazing.
Yeah, he's just amazing. Like just a prodigy, a race car driver.
Wait.
10-year-old.
Is Hot Wheels still a thing though? Do people still buy Hot Wheels?
Yeah, it's still out there. Not in the numbers that it was when we were kids, but
Well, this is how you increase the numbers.
that's what they're doing.
I haven't seen, like, I take my nephews to toy shop and I haven't seen Hot Wheels, man.
That's what it's going to be. It's going to be a kid who go. He loves to go with his dad to the racetrack. His dad's like a race car driver. His dad dies. He gets in the car one day, drives out onto the track, and he wins. And that's going to be the thing.
See,
We
sounds
figured
like
it
you.
out.
Eddie's written the script for it.
Boom.
That's
Well, a
it.
lot of the problems with some of these toy movies is that they want to have you got to have humans involved,
Yeah.
you know, to make it interesting. And none of these toys have humans, so you have to create human characters, which means you have to spend time doing human characterization. You're not getting to the reason for the movie, which would be the Hot Wheels in this case. You know, we had the same problem with Transformers, but I think part of that was Michael
Yeah, definitely.
All of
Michael Bay.
all of it was Michael Bay.
Yeah. What did you actually think of Bumblebee? Did you
It
actually
was
see
Michael Bay.
that? What did you think of
I
Bumblebee?
liked Bumblebee.
Yeah, same here.
I liked Bumblebee.
Wait.
I liked it because it was, you know, you had a lot less characters, so you had less people to concentrate on, which gave you more characterization. And they kept the story simple, so it was just a nice, fun, little, simple movie. I liked that. They didn't overcomplicate anything. The only thing I wondered about was in the beginning, they're already trucks and cars on Cybertron, and they haven't been to Earth yet.
That was something I was wondering about. Like, I was trying to look at what they were turning into, and it was like nondescript vehicles. But it's like, why do they like trucks when they haven't been to Earth yet? That was a bit weird. Yeah.
But I do understand it. It's a kids' movie. You can't confuse the kids like that. You have Optimus Prime's voice on some weird-looking thing. They're not going to understand what's going on.
Yeah, that's true.
So, continuing with this whole reboot, remake, take what we've got in the movies to TV series, apparently there is a series in development that could bring back the original cast of Starship Troopers. Now, the original is the only one I've seen. I've never seen any of the others because they all look rubbish. But
They were.
the original was a fantastic movie.
It was a lot of fun.
A lot of fun. And if they want to bring back Patrick Neil Harris...
Oh yeah, he was in that, wasn't he?
Yeah, there were actually quite a few big names in that. Michael Ironside was the other one, although I'd imagine he's way too old now.
Yeah. They're just going to be parents of the next generation of soldiers, though. I guess that's got to be it. They can't be the stars anymore.
Any idea where this is in development at?
I don't at the moment. It probably is somewhere, but I didn't bother look that deep.
If this is one of the streaming sites, I could get behind this.
Fan of Starship Troopers, Matt?
I liked the first movie, but I agree the sequel's not that great. And, yeah, this seems more of like a rumor. It seems to me like that guy that's running it, what's his name, Ed Normir, whatever. It's like he's trying to pump up some news, you know, so that people will be like talking about it, because it seems like he has nobody attached. And he's like, I want to do this TV show with all this cool CGI stuff, but it's not going to work if I don't have Van Dien and Jake Busey and oh, Richards. It's like, so you haven't even approached them yet, is what it sounds like.
This almost sounds like it's exactly like Kenneth Johnson last year going, we're making a V movie, and there's like nothing since then. It's just gone 100% quiet.
Yeah, but remember, that was basically what Ghostbusters 3 was for a long time. It was literally just them saying, we want to make this film, please, somebody help us make this film, and finally it's happening.
But it's smart on his point, because if it does garner a lot of attention, he can use this as a pitch to get all of the people on board, and they can kind of get pressured by the fans into it. So it has a chance of working. I'm just saying right now it's a rumor.
Yeah, I'm just actually surprised this hasn't been done, because I would actually like to see this, and I'm sure, you guys would as well, right?
Willing to put money, it happens in some form. I don't necessarily think the old people come back. They don't need to come back, to be honest.
Nah.
But yeah, Starship Troopers, it keeps popping up. There's like CG anime versions. There's a couple of those, and a bunch of sequels. There's so many. Oh, phone call. Yeah, but a year or two, I'm guessing will pop up again.
Okay, so this news item is there is a CBS series based around Frankenstein's monster as a detective in the works. It's kind of like...
The monster?
The monster, yes!
I can't... These people...
The monster is the detective.
Yes, yes.
Okay, no, I don't care about this anymore.
Exactly.
It's almost like it's one of those joke sort of like adverts you see like within a show where they're trying to do a parody advert.
Do you think it's been misreported? Do you think it could be a case of people disappearing, body parts turning up?
Maybe someone said Frankenstein is the detective, the actual detective.
Yeah, that makes sense, though. It makes sense of a detective investigating why people are disappearing, and they find out somebody's trying to create a Frankenstein monster.
What about if the monster has people have come to accept this in their world, right? Whatever this thing is, and I'm just playing along with this because I think that
want the monster to be the detective.
Well, I don't want him to be the detective, but
Frankenstein to be walking around.
I think it would be, as much as I'm not all that interested, I'm curious to see how they execute this.
If you want to execute a Frankenstein detective story thing, you make the doctor the detective, and the Frankenstein monster is kind of his his muscle, his bodyguard, his partner.
See, now
does all the stuff that he can't do.
Literally, if you were at a pitch and someone come up with the Frankenstein's monster and then somebody said that idea, you'd almost be like, yes, that's the show.
The thing is, Frankenstein's monster was a simple-minded, kind creature. That's the whole point of the story, is that you killed an innocent creature because you're afraid of it.
Yes.
You can't turn him into Sherlock Holmes.
Frankenstein's the one who should be the villain, the doctor. I don't know.
Seeing as this is CBS, I'm assuming this is going to go on CBS All Access.
Yeah.
That's fine, I won't watch it.
We won't have to bother with it. Plus, with CBS, what? It's going to be too... Oh, fuck this. Next story. Good done.
So, into the mini news. Oscar Isaac will be joining Denis Villeneuve's Dune. And apparently Zendaya is looking to join it as well.
Man, please tell me you know about Dune, because neither of these two do.
What do you mean neither of us know about Dune?
Did you say Dune?
Dune.
Oh, Dune, yeah. I don't know about Dune. I thought you said Doom.
No.
What do you mean I don't know about Dune?
Do you into Dune?
I've seen the movie.
That's just...
Yeah. Well, you're going to tell me you read the book.
You read the book. You know more
you know about the spice
Dune.
mining.
There's the original miniseries. I've started the books, but they're so dense. They are so dense. But I know
they're dense.
Oh, so you're familiar with it then? You know the
Oh yeah, I was a big Dune fan back in the day.
Patrick Stewart,
went through the miniseries. I had the original movies.
A man with culture.
I didn't read the books, but I'm not a book guy.
A man with culture.
But
love it.
The thing is, Denis Villeneuve has an amazing eye for directing and cinematography, and him doing Dune, that alone will get me in the theater. I don't care who's in it. I don't care how long it is. I don't care how many parts it is. The fact that he is going to be visually in control of Dune, I'm there.
That's what gets me excited, because it is a massive expansive story. I'm not sure how they're going to kind of chop it up to fit into whether it's going to be the first half of the book. I don't think they should try and cram the whole thing into one film. That ain't going to work.
No.
That's what fucked up the original movie back in the day.
Is there going to be a sort of pressure on this director after the sort of financial failure of his last film, Blade Runner?
Blade Runner 2049, I think... I liked the movie a lot. I think it was a good sequel, and Villeneuve's vision looks amazing. But Blade Runner is not... It's a popular movie, but it's more of a cult classic film. It's not one of those blockbuster make $1 billion films.
No.
So when people were like, oh man, Blade Runner 2049 didn't make a lot of money, I'm like, I wasn't expecting it to. Because the first one didn't make a lot of money. And most of the people that remember Blade Runner hadn't seen it in 20 years.
Yeah.
It's a cult classic. So...
Problem is,
I don't think that is going to have any effect on Dune.
So do you not think that they will ask
studios though?
Yes.
Man, they don't look at it that way about something that they spend 200 million on. They want
that money back,
400, 500 million back.
So do you think they'll try and
they
condense
should
the
have
story?
understood that before they spent that money.
Yeah,
they should have known it's not going to make $1 billion because it's a cult movie. It's not a Transformers film.
Doesn't Dune fit into that category as well? Because you can't. Yeah, I can't imagine people are going to rush out to see that based on the franchise alone. If they can cut a really cool trailer together,
that's it. That's why they got Zendaya in it. Then if she takes it up, she adds that appeals to that young.
She will bring some. So will Oscar Isaac. He'll bring some as well.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't spend an insane amount of money on it.
But I don't think you have to.
Need to.
Yeah, you
have to on Dune.
You can have a lot of practical sets and practical locations that you can shoot that film. You don't have to have a full CGI fest going on.
Yeah, I think once you get past the first half of the movie, the first quarter of it, once they're on Dune, it's all desert for the most part. So they could cheat their way through that without spending too much. But I look forward to it though, man, because it's a great story. But how are they gonna fit it into that film? I don't know.
So, Nicholas Hoult will be playing a young J.R.R. Tolkien in their upcoming biopic, Tolkien. So,
there seems to be this wave of, let's do stories about the authors of famous books. They did Christopher Robin.
Yeah.
Kind of. You had the one about the... Christmas Carol. You had one for Wizard of Oz.
Didn't they do the Wonder Woman guy?
Oh, yeah. They
did.
Yeah.
So some of these guys actually seem to have more fascinating lives than the stories they've told.
Well, Tolkien served in, I think, the First World War. Yeah, he was in the First World War, so they're probably going to cover a lot of that. But after that, what did he really do?
Well, he wrote Lord of the Rings.
Yeah, but that's going to make for a good film, though, wouldn't it?
Languages.
How do you...
The thing is, a lot of his stuff after the war was more intellectual. Where he created languages. I mean, that's why Lord of the Rings is so rich in character, is because he created these languages and these backgrounds on all of these. That's why Dungeons and Dragons and all fantasy is based off of this guy now.
But how do you translate that into an engaging movie of him just coming up with Elvin and shit?
Well, I think that's going to be the very end part. Most of it, I bet you, is going to be before characterization build-up of him with his friends and his love interest, and then going off to war, and they'll have probably intersect things that will reflect Lord of the Rings and how World War I had shaped his idea for the story. And then finally it'll end at the end with him, maybe a quick montage of him writing it, and then he releases it.
In the book. Yeah, because I always heard that, Lord of the Rings was directly about, the industrialization of, the West and all of his little outlook on how culture was switching.
I think there's a whole lot of man, or rather nature versus man. Yeah. I think there's a lot of religious subtext in those films as well. Sorry, in those books.
Yeah. So I guess they can actually There's a lot there. If this is a good writer, that's a big if.
Right, should we get into the superhero news?
Go for it.
So, I think we briefly touched upon it earlier, but the first Birds of Prey teaser trailer introduced us to all the main characters.
What's the point in these little fucking teasers, man?
I post this
To tease
on
you.
our Instagram page, talking about the movies, and I was like, come on, give us something a bit more than that. All it is like flashes, and then her just like dancing and laughing. It's like, is that
Did it do to you what it's done to me? It made you even less interested in this movie now.
It did.
It looked like an ad for a CW show.
I did, so did. I was like, come on, just a little bit more. If you're going to get us excited, then just give us something that just gets our, teeth into it.
They've literally taken the one and only decent element out of a failed movie and tried to build a film around her.
And she doesn't even... I don't get much Harley... I know it's just a tease, literally just a flash, so maybe it ain't really a fair, critique of her, but she comes across even less like Harley Quinn in this than...
Yeah, I was
never
thinking
done.
that as well. When is the release date for this?
Still ways away.
Yeah, so is it just about keeping reminding the people that,
Yep.
wait a minute, we are still doing this, because that's what it really felt like.
Are you going to do a Super Bowl trailer for this? I think they've released...
No. I don't think so.
Right these days we've had a lot of on-set photos for movies. We have directors and producers and stars that are like tweeting and Instagramming things from the set. I think all of that stuff is negating the idea of a teaser.
Yeah.
We don't need teasers anymore because they're giving us little teasers throughout the production on social media all the time.
That's
Exactly.
a pretty good
So
point.
when we actually get a teaser, we're like, well, I saw more on Instagram yesterday. Like, it doesn't matter. And then I also hate when they put the little teaser before the trailer.
Ugh.
You're like, why are you showing me a teaser for the
In
trailer?
one video.
Show
Yes,
me
it's
the
so
freaking
true.
trailer.
It's fucking
I
teaser
don't
one
know.
day.
You can't even call these teaser trailers, really, can you? Because a proper teaser trailer is an actual trailer still.
A blink trailer.
Well, I mean, if you go back to like the 90s and the 80s, those trailers were still like 1.5 minutes long, those teaser trailers.
Matt, what you just said, they did that with John Wick, where they dropped the teaser, and the very next day, they dropped the trailer. Have some distance.
They'll do teasers for trailers, and then when you watch the trailer, like in the same video, they'll have that little
Teaser.
bit of a teaser.
Yeah. At the
And
beginning.
then they'll go into the trailer. I'm like, I'm watching the trailer right now. Why do I need to see a teaser for it? Just show me the trailer.
It's for your convenience, audience.
Fuck that.
I guess your attention span is so short you can't wait the 2 minutes to see the scene near the end. You gotta watch it right before we watch the 2-minute trailer.
There you go. You looking forward to Birds of Prey? You think this will be better than Suicide Squad at least?
I don't
Yes,
think that's a very high
I don't know
benchmark.
if I'm looking forward to it, but it will be better than Suicide Squad. I have a
Yeah,
feeling
it will be better.
I ain't saying
I
much.
think-
I have a feeling that they learned a little bit.
Yeah.
They're still learning, though. They are still learning. They're in that learning curve at the moment, but they're moving in the right direction.
And if it's,
So
I was going to say, Matt, if it's not as good as Suicide Squad, we'll definitely call you back on the show.
Not as good. Like, don't you assume
No,
Suicide
I
Squad
think
is
what
good?
you guys mean is it can't be as bad.
Yeah.
I think is where you should be at. Yeah. Right, so we've been
Well,
talking...
what do you think about James Gunn getting hired on to do the Suicide Squad sequel?
Optimistic. I heard that he's got a whole new cast of characters in it, so it's almost like a little fresh start. So we ain't got to deal with that shitty Killer Croc version of Killer Croc. I hated that. No fucking Will Smith. Fuck off Will Smith. I can't stand Will Smith.
You can't stand
I hate Will Smith.
You
I
hate-
may be
No,
alone.
you know
I
what?
may be
No
alone on
one
my
hates Will
island.
Smith.
But
No
Will
one
Smith,
hates
The Rock, fuck them both. I hate them.
No one hates Will.
It's like the Will Smith and The Rock. And I always say this, that if Will Smith came up and knocked on your car window, Eddie, and said, hey, dude, how's it going?
go
You're
to
dude
my crib in
from the
Bel Air.
first take. You'll say, hey, man, Will, give me out. Can I take a selfie
Fit
with
in
you?
his-
Can I take a selfie?
Yeah, that might actually happen. You could be in one of his vlogs.
Oh god, yeah, he's gone crazy with all of that now. But yeah, James Gunn makes me optimistic that he could do something good. So we'll see.
So, this next item, we've been talking about this for a while, and it's finally happened. A new Batman movie has been announced coming June 2021.
Well, it was already announced, we just didn't have...
Yeah, they announced it like a year ago or
yeah.
2 years ago.
But they've given us a little bit of info now, yeah? So I think there's been a lot of speculation on this. Matt Reeves is still on board, but Ben Affleck is gone.
He was never going to do it.
Which I think most of us already figured out about a year ago.
Yeah, once he started getting fat, so it was obviously he wasn't training to be Batman anymore. It was
Do you reckon he's training for a different role?
Yeah, to sit on his couch and drink himself to death. That's basically what...
So, obviously, there's been a lot of toing and froing over the last, 2 years. Will he, won't we? And I think he even made a statement not long ago to say he's still on board.
Yeah, but no one believes he's Hollywood touch. All they do is lie.
So, I guess the next question now is, who will be Batman?
You know, I don't really care.
Ooh.
I think whoever they get will probably do a good job. You know, they're not going to try and hire someone that's bad. But I don't have anybody in mind right now that just screams at me. You know, like when they were announcing a new James Bond, the first person that screams at me is Idris Elba. I've always wanted to see him as James Bond.
There we go. Someone who agrees with me.
But I've never... I don't have anybody in my mind right now that's screaming Batman. So I guess I just want to kind of see a list of the people that they want, and then I'll...
I'm presuming my money would be on either... Not that I necessarily want these people to be Batman, but given that, you know, the talk that's been going on and, you know, negotiations and shit, I reckon either Gyllenhaal or Armie Hammer. Armie Hammer keeps coming up in that conversation.
Are they not planning to go for a young Batman, from what I understand?
Armie Hammer seems,
still,
you know...
Yeah.
Was he? He's like late
30s? No, early mid-30s now.
That's not young by Hollywood standards.
But he's a babyface guy, so he looks young enough to play it for. Because you got to think someone's going to have to play this role for, if they get it right this time, maybe 10 years, yeah. If they get it right. I don't know.
I like Jake Gyllenhaal. I think he would do a good Bruce Wayne. But I can't really see him as Batman.
Nah, yeah, that's the thing. Once the suit gets on,
you can't really see him sticking around for more than one film.
Again, yeah. That's true. That is damn true.
I would want somebody that's a bit more athletic. I would like Batman to go back to being more of a ninja, which is what he's supposed to be, and not this, like, brute strength, like one punch and kill you guy. So I would like somebody a bit more athletic, you know, go back to kind of the Christian Bale style.
That'd be cool. But then, with the suit, and it might make sense that he would just go and just slug people and just kind of fuck them up. I kind of like that because of the weight of the suit. You can't really expect him doing any sort of real agility. But then again, you know, The Dark Knight and all those films, he wasn't really jumping around much. It was more just skill-based hand-to-hand combat, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was.
How was he in Titans?
So in Titans, he was pretty badass. I mean, you didn't really get to see... You don't actually get to see the front of Batman. You always kind of get to see the back of Bruce Wayne and Batman. But, like, all the combat stuff, he was just friggin' ruthless, man. It's a Batman that I've never seen.
Or is it...
No, he's just like mediocre. He's
skillful.
Like the... Yeah, he's more skillful, like the Michael Keaton sort of style.
What did Keaton even do in this film? I can't remember.
Well, he didn't do that. But...
Didn't really do anything.
No, he didn't do anything, but...
he got to seduce Kim Basinger.
Good enough.
Yeah. Well, I mean, Batman isn't supposed... He's not supposed to be a tank. He's supposed to be more of a ninja. That's the whole idea, is that he hides in the shadows. He's got multiple black belts in many types of martial art, and he's a detective.
Yeah.
He's not really meant to be this, like, big tank of a guy that just stomps in and starts punching. He's not Juggernaut.
Yeah. He's very ninja-like in Titans.
Matt Reeves always said that this is going to be more of a younger... earlier on in Batman's career, so that makes more sense for him to have those skills. I guess it kind of makes sense with Zack's one where Batman was supposed to be older and broken down, so you kind of couldn't really expect him to do any of the other shit, but yeah.
Well, Ben Affleck's Batman makes sense because he is older, he's been doing it for 20 years, he's probably like, I don't have that athletic skill, I have to be brute.
Yeah.
I can understand that. But if they're doing a younger Batman, I want him to be more of a ninja and a detective.
Yeah. Fine. They've never done the detective stuff right in Batman films, to be honest. Never.
I was going to say, so if none of the Batman movies actually have depicted what Matt's just described, what Batman actually is.
Very true, very true.
Yeah, I'm going to give a little kind of a shout out to a friend of mine. His name is Matt Kohler. If people that have seen my channels may know of him. But he does a web series called Batman Master of Fear. And they just finished filming some more episodes.
Oh, cool. So what?
Batman Master of Fear. He's a martial artist, and he was that way. He wants Batman to be a detective. He wants him to be a martial artist, and that's what that web series is doing.
Oh, I'm gonna check that out.
Okay, yeah, definitely.
That sounds cool. Damn cool.
Right, Eddie, I'm assuming this is one of yours. Zack Snyder's original Justice League trilogy plans revealed by Kevin Smith.
Kevin Smith. Well, I was going to say Kevin Smith got a big mouth, but he kept it quiet all these years. To be honest, it doesn't really matter that he spills it now.
So what were the plans? What were like the big
Most
takeaways?
of it we've heard though.
Yeah, Screen Rant had come out with an article yesterday that was talking about what Kevin Smith got right and wrong. And they break it down by subject, like Jim Lee's boards, which, yeah, is true.
I want to see those.
Jim Lee did pen a lot of the drawers, the drawing board. That Dark Side would have been a big cliffhanger.
Yeah, we see him in
But
the Boom
that
2.
was kind of like a iffy, like there were parts of that were true. The thing is, with Kevin Smith's statements, most of it was true, but there's some inconsistencies and things that aren't quite true. And if you read that, because they go through all kinds of stuff about Green Lantern's introduction, that Justice League 2 was going to be cosmic,
Well, you remember?
that 3 was going to be a nightmare, about the nightmare. Like,
Yeah, because
you may want to read that. I can send you the link.
actually, yeah, do that. I'd love to check it out. But yeah, he said that. Remember in the original trailer for BVS, or was it Justice League? I can't remember which one, but we saw Alfred talking to somebody off camera.
Oh yes. That was Batman. That was BVS.
Yeah,
That was
apparently
BVS.
Smith said that it wasn't Superman he was talking to. He
Yeah.
said it was going to be a Green Lantern, which was weird. That means they would have
Right.
had to have had an actor for that, because presumably, unless they were going to keep it an off camera.
Actually, that's a very good point, because that was actually, before the movie came out, that was quite the talking point, as in, like, who's he talking to? Who's
Yeah,
Alfred talking
yeah,
to now?
yeah.
Yeah.
And they said Darkseid was on the other side of the Boom Tomb when they send Steppenwolf through it, so you get that cliffhanger. Yeah, in the Nightmare future, we're actually going to have a movie based in that time. So it was all based on a guy who Smith met while in London on the set of Star Wars, who gave him a lot of this information, apparently. So it's all kind of second-hand stuff. So who knows? Who knows? We're never going to see it, so what's even the point?
So is the Justice League stuff now done?
Yeah.
They're concentrating solely on solo movies for the time being. No
Mate.
more team-ups.
Yeah.
Which is what they should have done in the beginning.
Yeah.
Would you like them to do, like, a whole bunch of solo movies and then sort of build up to a team-up?
I think that's
or
the smart way to go if they're going to.
That's how they should have done it
Yeah.
to begin with.
But
Yeah.
they were too greedy. There's fucking executives, man. They don't look ahead that way. They just want to see. They see Avengers making its money, and they thought, "Oh, we can just jump to that." Well, why do all the other stuff? They don't have the artistic or creative outlook to see the benefits.
Well, they're on life support right now, and I think they understand. They understand the fact that we can't rush this. We have to they have to concentrate on making good individual films. So Wonder Woman was good, except for some of the end. But
Yeah.
the new Wonder Woman movie should be good. I'm looking forward to Shazam. Aquaman was fun. It wasn't anything amazing, but it was a fun movie. I enjoyed it. So at least they're making individually fun and cool movies.
Do you feel that the whole thing's gotten a bit muddied now that we've got a new Batman coming in? There isn't really a full sort of confirmation on what's going on with Cavill yet. Even though he insinuates he's still there, but there's no plans on the movie coming anytime soon. So, are you bothered that we could get new actors interacting with the older actors of Wonder Woman and Aquaman, and it's just a whole big mess? There's no point.
No, because it's already a mess. You might as well embrace it.
Yeah.
I think, to be fair, though, I think that's just going to become a common thing, right? Because these movies aren't going anywhere. We're going to get them till the day we die, right? So you're going to see many iterations of different actors playing the same characters, interacting with existing.
True, but like they said, they're going to concentrate on.
Well,
solo.
you can increase. I mean, you can introduce the multi-universe.
Yeah,
you know,
that's always a way around it.
You can just say this is a different universe. I think they already. Someone had announced that Suicide Squad took place in a different universe. You know, I think that was their way of saying, "Oh no, we didn't. That wasn't real."
I'm sure if they could, they would invent a time machine and go back.
That's brilliant. Every time they screw up, they just say, "This was a different universe."
Oh, that's Universe 264. Don't worry about that one.
Because I keep forgetting we've got the other Joker movie coming with a different Joker. So
well, that's another universe, right?
The whole
brilliant.
It's a fucking mess, man. DC. What the fuck?
Just going back to the.
Just concentrate on the movie you're making and make that a good movie. That's all I care about. I don't care about your entire universe. You know, look at Marvel. They have individual movies that weren't good, like Thor: The Dark World. But if you concentrate on a specific film that you're making right now and you make that one good, then you're fine. And you can just say it's in that universe. You don't have to try and connect everything.
So, off of this point, I know I'm gonna go off into a bit of a Bollywood news here very quickly. Did you guys, well, you didn't know this, right? That there's a lot of cop films, like within Bollywood and Indian cinema. Obviously, Matt, you know this. And what they're doing is that they're adding all the cops into one universe. So you've got Akshay Kumar, you've got who else is there? You've got there's like a number of Salman Khan. So these guys have all had at some point their cop films. And what they're doing is they're just adding them slowly together to turn it into one universe. And these cop films, they were superheroes because they could punch somebody and they would go flying like through a car window and like into somebody's backyard. That's how they are. And now they're just putting them all together.
Yeah.
So we were just talking about this on our podcast the other day. So
are we going to get a Justice League of Indian super cops?
So when's that happening? When's that coming up?
Well, this is in the works at the moment, but I reckon in another 2 years we're going to see the cop Bollywood universe, maybe even crossing over into Collywood and Tollywood. Yeah.
If they do that, if they cross over into the multiple language industries, because that has been more popular now, where you have actors that are moving into other industries to do movies, like Akshay Kumar doing 2.0.
Yeah.
You know, with Madhavan has done it multiple times where he'll jump between Telugu, Tamil, and Hindi, and I think that's great. If they bring those together and you have some a Kannada cop and a Hindi cop with a Tamil and a Telugu cop, throw in some Malayalam, I'm down for it. Let's do it.
Let's just do it. That sounds pretty crazy. So,
Do you know, no, I wouldn't say started this, but you know that Friends existed in a multiverse of another sitcom. Mad About You.
Yeah, but I think a lot of those sort of sitcoms of that era actually existed in that sort of
yeah. Because Phoebe's twin sister was also on another show.
Phoebe's twin sister. That's true.
Yeah.
Well, you know, Jackie Chan did a co-production with India called Kung Fu Panda. Maybe he can be a part of that whole cop universe too.
Oh my god, having the police story cop, that would be pretty well.
That would get me to watch.
I would love to see Jackie Chan and a bunch of the best Indian cop actors all together. But I'm down.
Yeah.
I'm down.
Jeez.
Well, his career can't go any lower, so why not? Right, so I know we've got this on the topic list. Batman Beyond may get an animated theatrical film in response to Into the Spider-Verse, but I see that they've literally just posted something on Twitter. I think this comes from the animation group at Warner Brothers to say, No, there is no Batman Beyond movie in development. The official word is not true. We are not working on an animated Batman movie.
Why? Why do they persist on not giving
I
us
know,
our Batman
I
Beyond?
cried in the inside when I heard that.
Does this not sound like we're working on a movie, fuck off, don't ruin the surprise?
Yes, look, we've been asking for this for years. People have been wanting Batman Beyond
So-
for so long.
So did you, I don't know if you guys listened to like Kevin Smith's podcast, but he was talking about
Which one?
one of his 7,000 that he does. He was talking about a Batman Beyond movie, right, that actually starred Michael Keaton back as Batman. And you know what?
Yeah.
I would watch that.
He theorised, or think
Yes!
the guy with him said that, Michael Keaton could come back as an old Batman,
Yeah.
which would be amazing.
He's the perfect age for
Exactly.
it. Oh, well, almost.
That would be
You
pretty
age him up a
sick.
bit, give him a walking stick, but yeah, that would be beautiful.
You remember the cartoon really well, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
I love that fucking cartoon, man. Loved it.
That's what would get me excited about Batman.
Come on, Warner Bros, man. Do this. Let's give us this one good thing.
See, DC animated films, they're doing very well.
Yeah. Yeah.
The Death of Superman and the Reign of Superman, both of those were good. A lot of the DC animated films that have been coming out, most of them I really liked.
Yeah, you got Red Sun coming soon as well, which, you know,
Yeah.
that's pretty badass.
So, I don't know why, like Etta Reese said, we've been asking for this for years. Why have they not done it yet?
Because they want
don't
to
get
give
it.
you
It's-
more Suicide Squad.
More Harley Quinn movies. Fuck, you know.
And the final topic on our list this week is Michael B. Jordan will reportedly be back as Killmonger in Black Panther 2.
Fuck! How the hell?
Is he coming back? Is he coming back as like a flashback scene or as a dream sequence? Maybe he's in
hope
that
so.
other world with all the other kings.
I hope so. I hope that's the only way they do it, because I get annoyed that when the actor gets so popular, they always just find a way to backdoor them back into the film. Like with Wonder Woman, where what's his face comes back.
Oh, Chris Pine.
Yeah, Steve Rogers, I think his name is. Is it Steve Rogers? Or
Yeah, no idea how that happened.
Yeah,
Yeah, how
Maybe
the
he
hell?
parachuted out.
Yeah, it's gotta be something. But he's in the 80s and he still looks young. So how does it make?
I know. I don't know.
Isn't Steve Rogers Captain America?
No,
Yeah.
that's Trevor. I can't think.
I think we've having
My
brain
brain
freeze
is
here.
fucked up anyway.
Unless this is the fallout from what happens in the next Avengers movie.
Yeah. What?
So obviously there's a lot of time travel involved in the next Avengers movie.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So this potentially could have like other knock-on effects.
Yes, of course. Okay, that's a good backdoor way to do it.
Because Black Panther was just literally not that long before the events of
But
the Avengers.
then you have to
that
remember
means
that.
they would have to go back pretty far.
Yeah, but you're also fucking up the casual audience that really don't pay attention to each of these individual episodes, and they're just going to turn up at Black Panther thinking, what the fuck's this guy still here? They're not going to people are stupid. They don't get these things. You have to spell it out for them. It's just too much.
What are you going to do with Spock then, are you? And then just like bring him back to life?
Yeah.
I think if they have him in the movie, it's going to be more of like backflashes, or he's in that other world with the other kings, the spirit world.
But should he be, though? He was
Maybe they
disgraced.
do something with Thanos going back in time, but I don't know.
And then is that how he then escapes from the Netherrealms?
Yeah, nah, he was disgraced, though. He shouldn't get to hang out with the kings, man. Not more after what he was doing.
Well, I mean, it kind of depends what their history is like, because a lot
Yeah,
of kings
but he
get
was
to be...
technically one of the kings.
Technically.
Yeah, so even though one of the kings was an arsehole, he's still a king, right?
Kings get to be kings because they kill other kings.
We have to say thank you for Matt for joining us, man. We're going to let you go. We know you got to get to work, but can you let us know, let the people know where they can find you online?
You can Google Koricon, Koricon, and all my stuff will come up.
So thanks for joining us, man. It was a great pleasure. And guys, if you want to check out Salem in the flesh, go to Koricon's YouTube channel. You can get to see Salem and all his nasally beauty.
Yeah, well, Koricon, we'd love to have you back. So maybe we should talk about actually doing another episode with you if you're up for it.
Absolutely. Send me some info or, whenever you guys want to, I'm down.
Definitely. Especially, that'd be good if we get some, big reviews going down. Maybe you can join us on some of those.
Absolutely.
That'd be great.
It was good talking to you, Eddie Reese, and Mo, and Salim. Thank you for having me.
No worries. Take care, buddy.
Take it easy.
See you later, man.
See ya. So we had Kamran drop us a message on Instagram saying, "Hey guys, have you seen the Hobbs and Shaw trailer? It looks over the top, silly fun, action. I'm low-key excited about it."
I share your excitement. I saw this, right? And look, first things first, right? Before we go, with this, we got exactly what we kind of expected, right? You got The Rock, you got Statham just doing their mad ass shit and just trying to track down this ghost, all right? Who's just like this mad ass superhero sort of thing.
Shit.
No, it didn't look shit.
You're right. Hold on. You are right. We got exactly what we were expecting. Something that looks so shit.
Idris Elba's some superpowered, genetically altered,
okay.
stupid.
Listen, from the Fast and the Furious franchise, what else do you expect? This is.
I want to go back to street racing. I want to go into the more grounded, realistic sort of world that it was. This is just dumb. It's trying to be Marvel and it can't. It's just...
Well, it can because it's doing bloody well regardless.
So does it just need one movie to flop so badly before they pull the plug on everything?
Maybe.
I
saw the women's spin-off.
Yeah, no, but then you'll have the Fast and the Furious with all of them, so then it's going to make its money back.
It still makes my mind absolutely boggle. That movie that I saw in 2000
You just can't even...
is there's this entire franchise now.
Look,
But it can't be further from what it was in those early films than what it is now.
Eddie, I heard you smile and giggle at the point. There were moments in the trailer, with the lift going down, all of that. And that's what it's about. It's not supposed to be, anything too serious. It's gone away from the time of when it was just
I
normal
don't mind the
street racing.
movie. That's not serious. I just want the movie not to be shit.
Yeah, that bad guy just looks shit. I like Idris, but that little bodysuit he's wearing just looks goofy. Man.
Actually, the bodysuit does look pretty goofy in the sense that... Have you seen the poster where they're all standing?
You know what? You know what's really funny, right? When I was watching that little bit, I was like, did I click on the wrong thumbnail? Because this doesn't look like that Fast and Furious movie.
Yeah, I don't know. But, I'll probably still watch it when it comes out.
And just to answer Kamran's other question, why does it take us so long to upload a podcast? Kamran, you've got to understand that most of our week is taken up with playing Mario Party. You saw Salim's meltdown on Instagram. You can imagine, he had no heart to put up or record a podcast after that.
And the fact that I'm at work and I just don't always have time because I'm too exhausted to put it all together to put it up. But...
We would put this up, but it's just Mo is a 6-star cunt. I love that video, man. I love that video. No.
I need to get a t-shirt that says that.
I'm a 6-star cunt.
We need to get some Talking at the Movies t-shirts done, man.
We need a friggin' fan base.
I wear a t-shirt for myself.
Listen.
So when I go to cons, that's what I'm wearing.
I'm a 6-star cunt. I'll just make you a t-shirt. I'll put your head, right? And you go on a body of a cunt with the arms sticking out. You know, the little bit in the middle?
People you just offended by continuously using
and I can
that
have a zip there as well. You can zip it up.
I guess that's it. End of the show. I'm Ed Reese Antonio.
It's your boy Salim.
And it's Mo.
Oh, wait a minute.
Check us out. Go to Instagram if you want to... Why do you keep touching my knee?
Because
I'm sitting here and you just keep reaching out and just rubbing my knee.
I was trying to remind you that maybe you forgot to tell the audience, listeners.
I was going to get into that.
All right, okay. That's why I touched your knee.
Go to iTunes, give us 5 stars. It helps us review it. Even if you don't listen to this on iTunes.
Listen, none of this 5-star business. 6 stars.
If it went up to that would be good.
And put a message down to say these guys are 6-star cunts.
Don't do that because you'll get your account banned on iTunes.
Don't forget to check out the other shows on the Voltron Network, Wrestling Ruckus and DC versus Marvel podcast with Brothers and Ash. And coming soon, maybe by the time this is up, Body Falls podcast.
Yes, the Body Falls first episode podcast has been recorded. Unfortunately, we've got a slight technical issue, but
So would it end up being scrapped? Or
So there's no point in saying this at the moment.
Yeah.
okay, fair enough. Maybe I should have said it.
So guys, if you want to email us, we are at tatmpodcast@gmail.com, and if you want to tweet us, we are at Talking Movies 3.
And you want to join us on Instagram, it is Talking at the Movies.
Reese.
Boy Salem.
Mo.
Peace.
Later.